I'm Harshita, and this video deals with how to tackle AILET, which is a law entrance exam of NLU Delhi, and a special emphasis will be laid on this year's 2018 AILET paper. So, some general tips at the start. The very first is don't panic. If it is tough for everyone. Also, a tough paper reduces the factor of luck to an extent. This is my personal opinion. So, there is no need to panic. Solve maximum possible questions in minimum possible time with a good accuracy. Each and every question carries 1 mark, be it a difficult one or an easy one. So don't get stuck. If you're not able to do a difficult question, just skip it. You'll get the same number of marks if you do an easy question right or a difficult question right, okay? Now, this technique I followed and I would like to share with you guys. It is put limits. Put limits for the time that you will take to attempt the exam, okay? For example, I had put a 15 minutes limit on these 3 sections: English, legal and logic, 5-minute limit on GK and 7-minute on maths. That means that as soon as these 15 minutes got over, I would skip to other section, okay? If I'm doing legal, I'll do it for the first 15 minutes, and after that I'll skip to logical section. This made sure I did not get stuck on a particular section. In those 15 minutes, try to do maximum possible questions. This means that you should ideally do legal knowledge part of the legal section first and then the principal fact-based questions. Okay. Now, in the left out time, which will be nearly 30 minutes, try to do those questions that you could not, that you could, like you know how to do them, but you could not as they were very long or your limit was over, okay? Benefit of this technique is that you would have gone through the whole question paper without being stuck and you would save a lot of time. Practice the strategy with the mocks and then implement it in the main examination if you are comfortable, okay? Now I'll like a quick go through the AILET 2018 paper. This was the paper, okay? So if you can see, I'll tell you how I attempted it and just see if it benefits you. See, here the English section was very small. It was tough, but it was small. So it could be completed easily within 15 minutes, okay, or 13 minutes. Now moving on, okay. So in English section, what you need to focus on is this. Okay. So which sentences are punctuated correctly? Look at this word correctly. Look what is asked, okay? If it is asked correctly, then write correctly, okay? So they were very short questions, so this will save your time, okay? And if you're not sure of a question, just leave it. Okay, now moving on to GK. In GK, the one general tip is that do not guess. If you're able to eliminate 2 options, then do attempt the paper. This is my personal tip, okay? Now moving on to legal. Legal was 2 long questions, 2 long principles. So ideally what you should do is you should first attempt these questions. Which ones? These small questions. Then you should attempt those questions in which one principle is given for 2 questions, okay? So if you look at question number 82, where is that? See, so there's the same principle for 2 questions, 82 and 83. So this will save your time. Like again, if you see 70s question 76, 3 questions are there based on 1 principle. So you should ideally attempt these questions, okay? Then moving on to logic. See, logic was pretty easy. There were 2 puzzles. So the tip that I would like to share is that there were 2 puzzles. This one was tough. This was super easy. So you should first see which will give you benefit. Obviously, this puzzle, because though it has less questions, it is easy and could be done easily. Okay, so you should ideally attempt this puzzle first, and then don't get stuck on these questions. These questions. If you're not getting answer, just skip it. Okay, because these take a lot of time and only one question is there. Okay, now see, if you are short in time and you are left with the choice of either doing this question in which you have 5 questions for one para, or these 6 questions with 6 individual paras, you will obviously attempt this one because this will save your time. Okay, now if you move on maths, the only tip I would like to give is that don't get stuck, because if you're not able to do it, just skip it. Don't put your ego on stake that, oh, I was good in maths, I'm not able to do it. Just don't. Okay, now moving on to this. Okay, now I'll share some strategies with some particular questions. Okay, see. Okay, so the very first tip is elimination. See, in this you can see the second option. Your brilliant excuses almost make. Excuses are plural, so should we make? So we can see that 2 is definitely wrong. So you can see that A, C, and B eventually get eliminated because 2 is wrong. So you are only left with option D, which is the right answer. So this is how you use elimination. Okay. Now, next question. Learn the rules. No other way is possible. So if you look at this question, this was a shock to many people because this they were really weren't able to like find fault in this. Okay, so there is a rule of the order of adjectives. First quantity should come, then value, opinion, then size, age, shape, color, nationality. Okay, so this is this should be the order of adjectives. So if you apply in this, you will easily find that the right are only 1 and 4, 2 and 3 are wrong. So this is a way to, solve those questions. Now the next technique is, um, okay, don't guess. Just don't guess. Okay. So there was one. This is one idiom: break a leg. So what? So what most people do is in idioms is that they don't really like, if they don't know the answer, they just guess it. That okay. So if you see, no break a leg does not mean breaking your leg while working hard. So it is not option D. It means good luck. So this is what I mean by don't guess, because many of them would have marked D by guessing. Okay. So for legal, I would like to share this tip is, these are very similar. The questions that came in legal were very similar to the actual tort cases. Yes, you will be shocked to hear this. So like, let me glance you through the legal questions. Mm. Oh, it disappeared or what? Oh no. So this So this case of television signals is an actual tort case by the name of Hunter versus Canary Wharf Limited. And then you can see this case also. Mm, this where uh, where he like a molten metal burnt his lip. So this is similar to Smith versus Leach Brain. Even this case for the joint is similar to Hodgson versus East Berkshire Area Health Authority. Even the facts are so similar, like they didn't even change this 25%. Okay, then this question. This is very similar to Lister versus Hesley, in which the warden sexually assaulted the children. Okay, so these cases, they are very similar to the previous torts cases. So just give them a read, a very easy casual read, and the ratio if time permits. So like this is what they did. So we studied torts in our first year. That is why I was able to like make out this. Even I think contracts ka cases would also be like similar to previous case laws. Don't go into much detail. If possible, then also read it because it's huge. You may it would be like too much for you guys, but I think this is a very good technique if you want to, because they don't even change the answers. They don't even change the facts. So I think this would be like helpful to you. Okay. Um, so yeah, these are the name of the cases that at least I found similar to the previous torts cases. So that's all for today. Thank you and all the best for preparations. Do comment the doubts if you have.